Sloppy Bryan Schott, the radical left-wing activist at the Salt Lake Tribune, who harassed people for donating a mere $50 to the Canadian Freedom Convoy and implies Reddit users who disagree with him have Down syndrome, recently published a fan fiction story about what he imagined was a 3%er symbol being painted on a mountain rock. It turns out that a local family had painted the Roman numeral 3 in honor of their late sibling, Salt Lake City lawyer John Richards III. Whoopsie. Bryan, who was ironically named Best Newspaper Reporter by the Society of Professional Journalists, says that he doesn't know what makes one journalist's work better than another.
I don't understand what the criteria would be to make one reporter better than another reporter, one reporter's work better than another reporter.
He doesn't understand the criteria. Well, I guess confirming basic facts doesn't play into the decision by the Society for Professional Journalism. Apparently, the editors over at the Salt Lake Tribune, an official IRS-recognized public charity, don't require any proof whatsoever of their political activists' wild conspiracy theories before hitting the publish button. The original article, which reads like a wild fantasy novel, shows that Bryan didn't do any legwork at all to prove his theory, which isn't all that surprising now that I think about it. He even noted in the article that the symbol was incomplete and missing the 13 stars associated with the 3%ers logo. Bryan even sought out and published quotes from the Anti-Defamation League and the Western States Center before getting any verification at all for his baseless conspiracy theory. Hyperventilating quotes like, "This could be seen as advertising for the group. People could Google what it means, and all of a sudden they're looking at anti-government extremist propaganda." I think when you read the Salt Lake Tribune, you are looking at extremist propaganda. Another quote said, "It would be a mistake for political and community leaders to brush this incident aside, given the blatant display of a symbol associated with an extremist and bigoted movement. Would it be a mistake for them to brush it aside now?" Another quote said, "This needs to be taken very seriously as an attempt by a paramilitary group to mainstream its ideology. Posting large public symbols like this can often be seen as an attempt at intimidation. Recognizing that is crucial, and it deserves a clear response." Bryan's original tweet about the article was filled with responses from ideologically aligned followers in his self-created confirmation bias bubble on Twitter, where he instantly blocks anybody remotely critical of his work. Did Bryan post an update on his verified blue-check Twitter letting his 11,000 followers know that he'd made a mistake and published something without doing any fact-checking at all? No, he didn't. Instead, he deleted the tweet, quietly edited the article, and didn't re-promote it on Twitter showing the correction. Why does the Utah State GOP continue to allow Mr. Schott into their events? He mocks Republicans while live-tweeting their proceedings and routinely publishes smear pieces on candidates and elected officials in the party. Despite all of that, this is the guy that Utah's own lieutenant governor has on speed dial for newsworthy tips and political hit pieces. Sloppy Bryan Schott is not a journalist. He's a propagandist. He's not a political reporter. He's a left-wing political activist.